Hi guys, good morning. Today I will give you the ultimate guide to start in real estate in the Philippines. How to start in real estate? Actually, kahit na sino pwede mag-umpisa sa real estate. Kahit na ikaw ay isang nagtatrabaho sa ibang bansa bilang isang kasambahay o isang construction worker o isang mekaniko o isang nurse, isang salesman, kahit po sino na ay po pwede po makapag-umpisa sa real estate. And I will give you the ultimate guide on how to start in real estate.
The video you are showing now is filmed from Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, but disclaimer lang po, this is not a paid trip by the Samsung Galaxy S23 or any. I'm just having fun using this Galaxy S23 Ultra and I found it perfect for my vlogging.
Real estate po is like a game of solving problem. It's like kung isang property may nakita ka and then binili mo siya, isipin mo paano mo siya mapapaupahan, may mga sira yung unit, may mga sira yung property na binili mo. It's just more on how you're going to solve the problem on that property which you just bought. At first, when we're talking about real estate, medyo intimidating siya kasi syempre we're talking about millions ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, and yet alam ko na bawat OFW na hindi ganun kalakihan at kinikita, natatakot mag-invest sa real estate dahil sa nahihiya tayo sa ating mga sarili dahil ang pinag-uusapan dito ang presyo ay bilyon. When in fact, hindi dapat tayo mahiya sa ating mga sa ibang tao sapagkat pare-pares lang tayong OFW, pare-pares lang tayong nagsusumikap para may maabot tayo sa ating mga buhay. Hindi dapat yung dahilan para ma-block ang ating mga sarili para mag-invest tayo sa real estate. Actually, I will give you some of the terminologies dito sa ating video ngayon. Gawin ko pinakasimpleng explanation para po mas maunawaan po ng bawat isa. Okay? And then, after this video, I believe na even you yourself makakapag ka ng mga milyones sa iyong accounts dahil sa tuturuan ka nito kung paano ka makapagpisa sa larangan ng real estate. What is real estate? Real estate is defined as the land and any permanent structures like a home or improvements attached to the land. Whether natural or man-made, real estate is a form of real property. It differs from personal property which is not permanently attached to the land, such as vehicles, boats, and jewelries. Why real estate? Real estate investing is relatively low risk and is a genuinely safe option even for first-time investors. There are enough opportunities or big or small capitals. And also there are endless returns. The longer you have real estate, the more profit you will gain from it. And it is a fixed asset. It will only get more valuable over time. Ano nga ba ang mga types of real estate para mas maliwanagan tayo? First is commercial real estate. Commercial real estate is that used for business instead of living spaces, like hotels, malls, shopping centers. Like it is a building kung saan dadalhin mo doon yung services mo or products mo. So that is commercial real estate. Okay. Second is that industrial real estate. If we're talking about industrial real estate, this is used for production and or storage of goods like warehouses, showrooms, and manufacturing buildings. It's like yung mga raw materials natin, dinadala natin doon sa area na yon para siya is produced bilang maging isang product ng isang brand. That is the industrial real estate. And if we're talking about the land real estate, or real land, ito ay refers to both developed and undeveloped lands like ranches or mga rancho, mga farmlands which talamak sa atin sa Pilipinas, ang mga farmlands, especially sa mga northern and southern provinces. We have lots of farmlands there. Also mga vacant lots, that's also considered as land real estate. And another type of real estate is residences. We have first single attached. Single attached means you have your door, meron kang pinto, meron kang bintana, may bubong, may sariling CR, may sariling backyard, meron kang sariling spaces sa paligid. And then ito ay nakatayo sa isang land na pag-aari mo o pag-aari kung sino, that is single attached, like single attached building. And the other type of residence is duplex. Duplex is like dalawang magkatabi na building na property, and that is what we call duplex. It's dual. Okay. Now, sa ating terminolohiya sa Pilipinas, meron tayo iba't ibang klase ng mga duplexes na ino-offer sa mga developers. Okay? Merong masasabi natin na duplex with provision for loft. At least you can maximize the area, and you can have you can make a very good interior for your loft. And we also have duplex home and extensions, like duplex siya, pero pwede mo siyang lagyan ng extensions sa front or side or at the back. Okay? And we also have two-story duplex, okay, which like 2 floors, okay? And some of the developers, they're also offering, kasi once you have that property, so pwede mo siyang i-develop, i-improve. And then we also have townhouses. Townhouses is more on like, it's like there are 3 or more properties next to each other. That is the townhouses. Okay? But typically, it's multi-floors homes that share 1 or 2 walls but have their own entrances. And then, when we're talking about condominium houses, or condominium properties, or condominium residences, there are 2 kinds of condominium category. We have the mid-rise condominium, and we also have the high-rise condominium. Mid-rise condominium usually around 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 floors. But when the condominium above 10 floors, 12, 13, and so on and so forth, 20, 50, and so on and so forth. So that means that we can categorize into high-rise condominiums. And also, condo-tels. It's like more on, it's hotels where units are sold to individual purchasers. So those are the kinds of residences properties in the Philippines that we have. If we're going to ask ourselves, what kind of property or what kind of real estate are we going to start with? What kind of real estate should I choose as a beginner? In my own point of view, in my own perspective, as a starting investor, I better start with residential. Why? Because residential is very in demand in the Philippines, and condo-tels as well, and because it is less hassle, less expenses, and there are property management. Why less hassle? Is because there is a property management, so which means someone's going to take care of your property, and if there are some repairs, someone's going to take care of your repairs, because you have your property management in that building. That's why better to have like the condominiums, because mas less ka sa expenses, because of madami kang mga ka-share na mag-share dun sa expenses ng buong building. Like for instance, your swimming pool maintenance, your playground maintenance, the entire building maintenance. You have the other homeowners that is sharing with you to pay for the expenses of that maintenance in that building. That's why it's much more less expenses and less hassle. And also less maintenance is because of you have your property management who will take care of your needs in terms of maintenance. And most of all, it is in demand in the Philippines right now, because now the properties in the Philippines more on vertical properties na, more on high-rising buildings na ngayon sa atin sa Philippines. Why? Because of mas convenient. It's because of mas malapit ka sa mga destinations mo sa Manila or any other municipalities or cities in the Metro Manila. That is much more easier instead of going to the faraway provinces or other municipalities far away from Metro Manila, which you will experience traffics and other things along the road every day. So mas conveniente kung makakakuha ka ng mga property within Metro Manila. and especially if it's condominium units, because of it's much convenient to everyone. So let's talk about residential real estate. Residential real estate generates high and reliable cash flow. The most obvious advantage of residential real estate is the sheer amount of cash flow that could potentially generate. Unlike other types of businesses, the income from a residential property is relatively predictable and stable. That's why I do recommend you better start with residential, because even me, I would start with residential real estate. At least it is in demand and stable. Lahat ng tao sa Pilipinas, lahat ng tao naman siguro all over the world, much more important for them is the shelter that they could have in their locations. Now, why I am telling you that better to choose residential properties, because I would suggest that let's turn your home into a residential rental property. So at least in that way, you can earn on your monthly income. Now, what is a residential rental property? According to Investopedia, it refers to homes that are purchased by an investor and inhabited by tenants or on a lease or other type of rental agreement. Residential property is property zoned specifically for living or dwelling for individuals or households. It may incur standalone, single-family, dwellings to large, multi-unit apartments, buildings. Now, like for instance, you are planning to purchase a one-bedroom unit in Manila, okay? Like for instance, the TCP or the total contract price of your property is 3 million. Okay. Usually in the Philippines, some of the developers they are asking for 5% down payment to move in. So which means if you're going to pay for 5% for the entire TCP, you can use your property immediately. That's the good thing in the Philippines. That is why most of the investors, they are choosing Philippines to buy some properties there, because much more cheaper in terms of paying all the monthly amortizations. Now let's go back. You have 3 million property. Now you have 5% of it. 5% is 150,000. Now you're going to pay the first payment for about, let's say, reservation is about 30,000 or 35,000 for the first payment. So, because in order for you to have the right to that property, so you have to pay for the reservation. Like for instance, you paid 5% of that total amount, which means that's 150,000. That includes the first payment for the reservation and the second payment for the other balance of the 150,000. And after 90 days, you can move in to that property, which means pwede mo na magamit yung property mo after 90 days. So which means the remaining 10%, which is the 300,000 of that, ay pababayaran mo siya in 35 months. Okay? So ibig sabihin, yung 35 months na yon, divide natin yung 300,000, that's gonna be like 8,571.43 pesos only. And you have that monthly amortization of 8,507.43. Pero, nakagamit mo na yung unit mo. Imagine, halimbawa, ang rental doon sa area na ito ay 35,000. Imposibleng hindi mo makukuha yung amount na yan dahil madaming mga platforms na pwedeng pagpasukan ang SMDC Good Stays ng iyong property para maparentahan. Okay, because SMDC is going to assist you on this. Your monthly income is 35,000. Pero wag natin gawing 35,000. Gawin lang natin 25,000 na lang. Maaari kasi isang araw, dalawang araw, walang income. So parang malinis, 25,000 na lang ang iyong magiging income. Okay. Now, ibawas natin yung monthly amortization mo doon sa iyong rental monthly income, which means meron kang maiwan na 16,000 for 128.57 na cash flow. So which means cash flow mo na siya. And for 35 months, because you're going to pay for that 10% for 35 months, meron kang total cash flow na 574,999.95 for 35 months. Ibig sabihin, just for the span of 5% na binayad mo para sa iyong unit para makalipat ka at nababayaran mo na siya, yung amortization for yung 10% na amortization mo, nagagamit mo na siya, kumikita ka na, may income ka na. Saan ka pa? Isa pa lang yan sa area, pwedeng pagkakitaan nyo. The other way around is that your capital gains. Now, let's have your capital gains computation. Like for instance, your TCP, your total contract price is 3 million. Every year, kumikita ka ng 10% dyan. Dahil yun yung iyong, how to call this, appraise ng iyong property. Now, for your first year, meron ka lagi 300,000. I-add natin ngayon yung 300,000 mo doon sa iyong TCP. So which means on your first year, you have 3,300,000 na agad. On your second year, i-times po natin yung 10% interest ng property mo. So, ibig sabihin, meron ka na kaagad na 330,000 sa second year mo na tubo or yung gain mo doon sa iyong property. I-add natin ulit ngayon yung iyong 3 million na iyan, na yung TCP. So, meron ka ng 3,630,000 sa loob ng second year. And on your third year, the same way again. Times 10%. So meron kang on your third year 363,000. So i-add natin ulit ngayon 3 million mo na capital. Okay? Doon sa property mo. So meron ka ngayon 3,993,000 pesos. Ibig sabihin, for your 3 years na in-invest mo doon sa property mo na pinapakinabangan mo na siya, dahil nagbayad ka ng 5%, kumikita ka na rin ng 993,000 doon lamang sa 3 taon mo. So, ibig sabihin, i-add natin ngayon yung TCP mo. Ang investment worth na ngayon ng investment mo ay 3,993,000. Where the hell in this world, makikita ninyo yung 993,000 na nakaupo ka lang dyan, nagtatrabaho ka dyan, pero kumikita yung property mo habang ikaw ay nagtatrabaho rin sa ibang bansa. At habang nakaupo ka dyan sa iyong bahay o nakahiga ka sa iyong masarap na higaang kutsyon, kumikita yung property mo. Saan ka pa? Ito pa ngayon. The resale profit na meron ka is 993,000 for 3 years. Now, ang resale profit mo ngayon doon for 3 years is 993,000 for 3 years only lang yan. Ngayon, isama natin ngayon ulit yung iyong cash flow, yung total cash flow mo na 574,999.95. So which means, on your third year, meron kang grand total profit doon sa iyong property na 1,567,919.95. Diba? Magandang bagay. Magandang panimula pa sa taong 2024. Sa isang unit pa lang yan ng property. Paano kung ikaw ay gusto mo ngayon na magkaroon ng mas madami pang property sa loob ng 3 years lamang? Gusto mong madoble, matriple, ma-quadruple, ma-5 times mo yung iyong pera in the span of 3 years. How you will do it? It's just like this. Simple as this. First property, second, third, fourth, hanggang 10th property mo. I-times natin yan sa 3 years. So which means meron kang 15,679,919.50 million sa loob ng 3 taon. Ito yung isa sa mga bagay na sabi ko sa sarili ko, pinanghinayang ko ng mga oras na malaki pag kinikita ko when I was in Dubai, na ngayon ko lang nakilala si SMDC, ngayon ko lang nakilala yung real estate. And thank you so much for the people of SMDC, especially to my mentor, Sir Kenneth Maldia and Ma'am Grace Maldia, itong mag-asawang to, napakababait sa akin at sa lahat ng kanyang team members who always supporting me and he always encourage me sa lahat ng oras, pagkakataon, and they're the one who are really motivates me para mag-focus ako sa real estate dahil ito yung area na hindi ko nakita dati, na nalagpasan ko, kaya I'm very thankful because I have met these people and now I am focused now on to real estate and hopefully maambunan din ako at mahawaan ako ng galing ng mga taong to, how they mentor their people. Now, how are we going to do it like this? If you're going to buy a property and you need to have your study, kailangan mong pag-aralan kung paano tumatakbo ang population ng area na yung kukuhanin ng property para hindi ka pumalpak o sumala doon sa iyong plans. Kailangan mong matandaan yung population ng area mo. Paano tumataas yung populations. The more daming population, yun ang mas magandang puntahan, bilhan ng property. You know why? Because of people there will continuously buying properties. Magiging in demand ang property dun sa area na dahil pataas ang population. Now, halimbawa sa Quezon City. Quezon City by 2024, they predict that population is now estimated at 3,247,000. Because in the year 2000, the population of Quezon City was 2,173,831. Quezon City has grown by 1.23% annually. These population estimates and projections come from the latest version of the UN World Urbanization Project. These estimates represent the urban agglomeration of Quezon City, which typically includes Quezon City's population in addition to adjacent suburban areas. The bottom is the resource on that matter. Always remember, guys, if the population increases, that is very good in real estate. Because the more people we have, the more houses, units we need, either vertical or horizontal. That is very good in real estate. Because vertical living now is in demand in the Philippines. Anywhere in the world, vertical living is in demand. With that demand, people are now more running to have one. So don't be late. Otherwise, you'll be sorry in the future. Kaya pagkakataon na oras na ngayon. Always remember, in real estate, location matters. It always matters. Now, because the more the location is in a primary area or a premier area, that is very good in real estate. That's much easy to sell and that's much easy to be rented out. In real estate, you need to develop a strategy. Either it's single investment. Single investment means this is something that you're going to use the property by your own or your family. Okay. Second is, are you going to rent it out? Parerentahan mo ba siya sa ibang tao? Okay. Ipapasok mo ba siya sa mga different platforms like Airbnb, Agoda, Facebook, Instagram, and so on. So it depends on you. You just need to make or develop your own strategy. Or ikaw ba mismo ang magpapatakbo ng property mo? Are you going to run it by your own? Ikaw ba ang maghahanap ng market mo? Ikaw ba ang magkakaroon ng sariling some sort of your own Airbnb style of business? So it depends on you. Now, are you going to also have develop a strategy like a bulk buying, like you're going to purchase let's say 5 or 5 kinds of units of property and for bulk buying, and after the property get rise and in demand, then that's the time that you're going to sell your property. So nasa sa inyo po yun. Or you're going to use the flipping or buy and selling strategy. Flipping or buy and selling strategy is more on like you're going to buy and you're going to sell the property once the property is high in demand. So that is the kind of strategy that you're going to have. That is the buy and sell. And the flipping is like you're going to sell the property when the property demand gets high, maybe wala na siyang inventory sa portal, and madaming tao naghahanap ng mga property na yon doon sa area na yun. That's the time that you're going to sell your property. And also, are you going to enroll your property to property management? Because this is very vital, because at least this is hassle-free. Para at least kahit nagtatrabaho tayo sa mga bansa, may tao or grupo or organization na nag-aasikaso sa property natin sa Pilipinas. So para hassle-free, wala tayong problema at all. So yun. And then you just need to pick a strategy from those strategies that I have mentioned you. And then most importantly, pick a coach or mentor. Kailangan niyo kumuha ng mga coach or mentor that will guide you in buying your own property. That is very important. And also copy system of successful people. Okay, if you are going to copy the system of the successful people, that's much better for you. Why? Because these people are proven successful with their strategies. So all you need to do is that to copy their system para at least maging katulad ka rin nila. Kung sila mga milyon sa kanilang inaasikaso, kaya maging katulad ka rin nila. Walang masama sa pag-copy ng system nila. At least in that point of view, makukuha mo yung mga iba't ibang klase ng pamamaraan para mas maging successful ka pa sa real estate. Once again, I am Rich Londons, your content creator. See you next time. Bye.